Hey guys, it is Christian and Corey, and this is SuperKamiGuru9000, and we are here to review Naruto Chapter 562. Let's get to it.
Naruto 562 brings us back to the battlefield, where everything has just been ravaged by Madara using his wood release technique. The chapter actually opens, you can see that all of the trees are still bursting out of the ground, and Inoki is on the ground, and he's still hurt and everything, but he's declaring that he's going to continue to battle and defeat Madara, and they start bringing up this whole theme that we keep seeing in Naruto, which is basically, you know, fighting for everybody, fighting for freedom, and not just fighting for, you know, stupid monetary things, which is what Madara is after. And this also segues us into a flashback. We go back to Inoki and Mu, who apparently were allied with Madara at the time. I'm guessing this is around the founding of Konoha, specifically because they do mention the first Hokage, and Madara hates him at this point. But I'm guessing that what's going on here is they just found Konoha, and Madara's like, screw you guys, we don't want you guys in our club, go form your own little village.
Back to the war room we go, and Big Boobs Tsunade is ready to head out to the battlefield as she declared in the last chapter, and she's like, use your little lightning teleportation jutsu on me, I don't care, like zap me over there like you did with that pot. And the Raikage and his hot assistant, oh man, let's not get into that right now though, is just like, we can't do it. We can't send people. That's for inanimate objects only. And she's like, I have this. I'm going to open a convenience store. Whoops. I mean, whoops. I mean, I have my regeneration jutsu, so if I get hurt on the way over, it doesn't matter. And the Raikage's like, prepare the teleporter for 2, because I'm going as well. If I said 2, that would just be too much.
So we've seen from the last couple chapters that Naruto is very, very powerful, and he's a badass at this point. And he's fighting against Black Zetsu, who seems to be very proficient in the wood release style. And Naruto's using his Rasen Shuriken against him, but before he can even hit him with it, Zetsu uses that jutsu. And by that jutsu, I mean he basically just trips Naruto with a vine. So while Naruto has just been hurt, he has to be saved by Chojuro, the old guy you remember who was one of the candidates for the 7 Swordsmen, and he uses his weird-ass sword to actually stretch out and become this giant sword, and he's able to actually strike Zetsu. It almost looks like he cuts him in half. I don't think this is the end of Zetsu, but still, it's really cool that this guy's getting to show off a little bit, and they say it's because of his confidence that this sword is so big. It's a good thing Naruto's not using this sword, because if he was, he would cut the world in half.
Tsunade and Raikage are getting ready to get sent off with their teleportation jutsu, and at this point we go to the Mizukage, and she's about to get warped to Madara and the battlefield over there with Naruto and Gaara. But they are going to use the Fourth's like instant transmission technique. But the thing is, they can't use it like the Fourth did with the kunai. They have to actually like lock hands like this, and there's 3 of them. And these guys are like a line or 2 away from being nameless ninja, and then all of a sudden we find out they're the Fourth's guard. So these guys have gained significance of an immense level all of a sudden. And then they just warp them to them, and this is at the same time we see Naruto and Gaara fighting Madara, and they're about to get like pwned because we see Mu and Madara like heading towards them, and then all of a sudden, boom!
Boom! All of a sudden, Tsunade and Raikage just appear out of nowhere. Tsunade kicks the fuck out of Madara. Raikage punches the fuck out of Mu, and they are done! And then they get this badass panel at the end where all the Kage are standing together one by one, and Inoki finally realizes, wow, I'm glad I got to live to finally see all 5 Kage stand together. Bad ass.
I mean, that's the best way this chapter could have ended. Perfect setup for next chapter. Awesome last panel. Great chapter. Okay, so, yeah, this chapter was awesome. Naruto 562 was good. It was great. It was very much a setup chapter with very little actual action, unless you count Black Zetsu getting cut in half, which is probably not dead. I mean, that would be the worst way to kill off that character, because he obviously is a pretty significant character. We got to see Chojuro use his sword in a new way, and we knew it was a badass sword. We knew it wasn't just going to be that weird chakra hammer we saw him use at the Kage Summit. It had to have more to it than that. And it's cool to see that character grow, and we even see the Mizukage mention something like, wow, he's getting, you know, he's more tough than he was when we left the village. And, awesome chapter, really.
It's really easy to like this chapter for the fact that you have all the Kages finally coming together, getting ready to fight. That's all really cool. I really particularly like the fact that it was Tsunade herself who actually kicked Madara. I think it's kind of poetic justice in a sense, because she herself is a Senju, and it's great because in the panel after that you can see that Madara is just completely shocked by seeing this, and he looks really pissed. So I really like that. It shows the fact that Madara, even though he's very confident, he can be beaten if he's confronted by these really strong characters. But speaking of Madara, there was one little bit in the chapter we didn't really talk about, and that was the conversation between Inoki and Madara at the beginning. Madara himself brought up his plan about the infinite Tsukiyomi, which is the Eye of the Moon plan that Toby was bringing up. And this just, again, is letting us realize that this was apparently this Madara's real plan, and apparently Toby was making it happen, although it may not really be his plan after all. Maybe that's what he's wanting to do, maybe he just wants the Ten Tails. This, again, in a way, just keeps adding way more freaking questions.
As we get answers, we just get more and more questions. I think the real question is, like, is Toby actually going to do that plan? Or maybe he was just collecting the beast for a selfish reason, but he's just repeating Madara's plan. So, and we know Madara actually knows about this plan. So we just have a lot more interconnectivity, but like we were saying, a lot more questions. Rating. This week, good chapter. I mean, build-up chapters sometimes are disappointing, but this one did not disappoint, and it's easily going to get a 9 out of 10. And, you know, great build-up. Awesome. We're going to see all 5 Kages fight one person who definitely deserves that, like, awesome build-up to face all these amazing people. And Madara is super powerful, but when you're going to have 5 Kages fighting you, that's pretty... I think that matches his strength well, and I think the writer definitely is setting up a good fight for next chapter. And hopefully this goes for more than one chapter, and it would be kind of funny if Madara got sealed and Kabuto's kind of like, fuck, what am I going to do now?
Alright guys, it's time for the question of the week, where we ask you about this week's chapter. We have one important question for you this week, and it has to do with the big guys this week. The 5 Kages and their battle that's coming up with Madara. Or the supposed battle that's coming up with Madara. We really don't know if they're going to be able to fight with him or not. Maybe this fight will actually get interrupted. We want to know what you guys thought. Maybe they'll fight?
Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
If you guys enjoy our review, make sure and give this video a big thumbs up. It's very motivating for us to keep making these, and it helps our video get around the YouTube anime community. So, until next time, you guys, SuperKamiGuru9000 out. Real quick, you guys, before we let you go for this week on our Naruto review, me and Corey have realized that we have got a ton of new subscribers. I think 150 in the last month. So to all the new subscribers, we just want to say thank you. It is super motivating and super awesome when we get all these subscribers, and it means that people like our stuff. And that's, you know, how awesome is that people enjoy watching and sharing in our opinions with them. So thank you for watching. Anything to add, Corey?
And just to say, considering this is our second page getting started, our first page started out kind of nice, but it got kind of stopped by some drama stuff. But all the new people that have joined our new page, thank you so much. You've helped us build an even better page, one that both me and Christian are very, very proud of. I love going to it every day, and I can't wait to make videos for it each week. So again, just thank you again for subscribing. I thank you for joining us. We can't wait to make a lot of really great content for you guys.
It just means so much to me.